Boxing King Media in association with Box Road Dev SAHNI. We are at the grand arrivals for Joyce Zhang. Something new for Queensbury Promotions, grand arrivals.
Look, we've got one of the best heavyweights in the world in Joe Joyce. Let's give him a grand arrival. We've got this fight, which is the best fight scheduled this year in the heavyweight division. There ain't a lot of others, but this is the one, and I'm buzzing about this fight, and I think we need to give it that treatment. And by the way, it's great that this is just like included in your BT Sports subscription. This is a high-level heavyweight fight, and it's getting that treatment.
Both guys seem very, very friendly with each other. I did ask Joe earlier, is that a good thing or a bad thing? But I couldn't really get a straight answer at him. What do you think?
It's not often you get Joe Joyce actually sort of being really angry with his opponent. I think you probably saw the clip that went out in the week where he's explaining what he'll do to his opponent. He said, "I'm the juggernaut. I walk through the fires and I heat up my opponents." So look, he's a nice man. He's not really going to get into beef with anyone, especially via translator. That makes it a bit more difficult. But look, it's a serious fight. These are guys that do all their talking in the ring, and I'm looking forward to it. It's a high-level heavyweight fight. It's two Olympic silver medalists. They're both chasing gold as professionals. I'm not expecting beef at the press conference this week. I'm not expecting much of that, but I think it will be a very amusing build-up. Gilles Zhang, I got him on camera earlier, a clip hopefully released by the team soon, where he told Joe Joyce, chat shit, get zhanged. So, obviously he come up with that himself. He's familiar with sort of British humour, and he wanted to say it. And looking forward to it.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing how much shit staining you're going to be doing at the press conference. Cause I know you're a master at it.
It's going to be hard work, right? But with Joe Joyce and Joseph Parker, initially that all started off as quite comical, but every now and again there would be a little heated thing where it would get a bit like, oh, but ultimately it was just quite funny, wasn't it? Oh, you're hard. They'd be saying things like that to each other. I'm going to punch you. I'm going to punch you too. I've got a few questions up my sleeve. Let's see what we can do.
Yeah, either way, it's going to be a great fight. And as you've said there, it's free to watch on BT Sports. On the undercard, we've got Moses Ituma. I said to him earlier, I hope you're not trying to tell us something the amount of time you're lasting in the ring.
That's quite a thing to say to the 18-year-old future of the heavyweight division.
I've got a good relationship with him, so I thought I could get away with it.
I hope to see him for longer this time. He's got an opponent, right, who has never been stopped. I got a message from a couple of people who know this guy, who know this opponent, and say it's actually a bit of a step up, well, a significant step up from what he has been boxing, and he should provide a decent test. And if Moses Itama is able to get this guy out of there, it's a bit of a statement. He's taken half-decent fighters the distance. I think Rudenko is one of the fighters that he's taken the distance. Kosabutsky as well. These are heavyweights who are further along than Moses Itama. The fellow that he's fighting is able, he's gone the distance with him. So if Moses Itama goes and does a 40-second job on this guy, well, that would be quite the statement. But I don't know, I just want to see more of him, and I've got to know him a bit more as well. I went to see him at the gym, and it's going to come out more and more. He's got a really dry sense of humour. It's really my type of humour, and you're going to see it over the years, as well as him just knocking people out. He's quite the guy.
He definitely is. Also, one of my favourite fighters on the undercard, Sam Noakes, is fighting Kartik Satish Kumar, flying in from India, from the city of Chennai.
He is indeed. They are both 10-0. Sam Noakes, of course, 10-0 with 10 knockouts. Mr. Kumar there is 10-0 with 4 knockouts. So Sam Noakes will be backing himself to get his 11th knockout in a row, but this guy isn't going to come and lay down. He's got his own unbeaten record. It's a good fight. Commonwealth title on the line, WBC International silver title on the line as well. It's a good development fight for Sam Noakes. I wonder what we're going to get from Sam Noakes here, because he set himself that target of getting to 10-0 with 10 knockouts, and he finally got there, right? It's amazing, right? 100% knockout ratio, and I just wonder if now he's going to take his foot off the gas a little bit and be like, oh, I've done it, or if he's just going to keep on smashing through. He says he's going to keep on smashing through, setting more and more targets, but I wonder, without that pressure on him of getting to 10-0, if he's still going to be the same absolute nightmare in front of his opponents. Let's see. I'm probably reading too much into it. Tell you what he is. I set it up on the stage there. He's the boy next door who could fill you in. That's essentially what he is. He's got a real charm about him. The more he's doing interviews, more and more is coming out of his personality. And I think he's one of the most likeable boxers in the country. As his profile gets bigger and bigger, people are going to absolutely love him. And I think he's going all the way.
He did look like he was getting ready for a job interview, to be fair, the way he was dressed today.
Yeah, do you know what? I don't think that these fighters were necessarily given a dress code. I think they were just essentially told to rock up. I think he looked very smart. And also, Moses and Sam were at a lunch this morning as well in Mayfair, so he essentially dressed for that. But he looked good. He always looks good.
Definitely. So I think Mr. Kumar's in for a hard night. And then just a couple of other things that I want to speak to you about. Dev, the whole Tyson Fury thing, obviously the fallout, we've not really heard from Tyson. He's been quiet, and I think somebody said earlier he's expecting his ninth child imminently. I don't know if he already has or not. Do you know?
I'm not sure. He's a machine. Nine kids, mate. 9 kids. The guy's an absolute machine. So no, I don't know what's going to happen next. I haven't heard anything. Haven't heard any whispers or anything like that. I hope to see him soon. He's, for me, the best heavyweight in the world. I'm a big fan, and I want to see him fight. I don't know what the next step is, but hopefully we find out soon.
The rumours online are Andy Ruiz. That's the latest rumour that was circling around today. How realistic do you think that could be? Because I don't know if Andy's a free agent or not, but do you see that?
I wish I could give you more of an. I've got no idea, to be honest. I don't understand the promotional situation of Ruiz. I don't know if it's even been talked about. I'm just so far removed from that. But what I can tell you as a fan and someone who works in boxing, that's a fantastic fight. If that was to happen, he's fighting the guy that essentially beat Anthony Joshua, gave him his first loss, and in the second fight, took Anthony Joshua the distance. It was a better Joshua. Joshua boxed and moved. It's a good fight. I think Ruiz is in everyone's top 5 or 6 heavyweights. I think he's there or thereabouts, and it's a good fight. It's probably one of those that, if it was to be made, you can't really moan about it because he's quite good.
I don't know if you watched the interview, the video from True Geordie. When the Fury Usyk fight fell through, he went to town. I think he renamed him Tyson Frody. And basically said he wasn't bothered about legacy, and he kind of gave an explanation as to why he felt Tyson avoided the fight. In his words, he said that Usyk throws a lot more punches, he's a lot more active on his feet. Around 10s, 11 and 12, he's still moving, and Fury, like a lot of the bigger heavyweights, they tend to slow down, and he showed some punch stats as well, basically saying that he's been avoided because it's a hard fight and it's not worth taking. Have you seen that interview, and what do you make of it?
I haven't. True Geordie is not on my radar because he blocked me on Twitter. So I don't know. I'd never tweeted him, by the way. I've done a couple of interviews. I think Umar did an interview with me where I talked about his interview with Tyson. You remember when it all sort of kicked off? So he's blocked me on Twitter. So he said that Tyson's avoiding Usyk. Look, this whole thing, fighters tend not to avoid each other because they're scared of each other. They tend not to avoid each other. For a fight of that magnitude, it all needs to happen for the right money at the right time. In my opinion, and I'm not saying this is what happened because I don't know, but I can give you my opinion. My opinion is both fighters thought that they were going to get Saudi money, which is this much. Monstrous money, right? And then Saudi went away. It went off the table. They said Saudi will be back at the end of the year. Saudi couldn't do April, right? So Saudi goes over here. So if you're going to do it, you're going to do it at Wembley, and you're going to do April 29th. This amount of money suddenly becomes this amount of money. And Usyk accepted this much, 30% of the pot. Probably thinking that Tyson wasn't actually ready, but he was. And then it all got very real. And essentially, the fight hasn't happened because Usyk found himself in a position where he was accepting less to fight Tyson Fury in a harder fight for more on the line than what he was making to defend his titles against Anthony Joshua. That's just not good business, right? That's the position he found himself in. And when you've got things like whispers of maybe Saudi Arabia popping up again in December, then maybe these fighters wait. I don't know, but that's my view on it. No one ducks each other. Tyson's not worried about how many punches Usyk throws. He if he was going to be worried about anyone, it's Deontay Wilder being able to switch his lights off and coming very close to doing so, nearly knocking him out in the first fight, yet Tyson fought him twice more after that. These are the sort of things you worry about. You don't worry about Usyk being able to throw more punches than you. He would have looked at the Chisora fight and thought, well, Chisora had a bit of success. I think I can have a lot of success. That's my view on it. And I don't think Usyk, by the way, is scared of Fury either. They're both elite fighters. Everything needs to be right for them to meet, and maybe they think things could be more right later.
That brings me on to the last question. We've seen AJ put something out on his Instagram yesterday saying he's not going to fight till December. Rumours are the Saudis plotting something big, maybe some sort of heavyweight tournament or something? I don't know. I'm just putting it out there because if he's not fighting till December, Fury and Usyk fell apart. And Saudis have come out and said, I spoke to Amir Abdullah and he said they're planning something big for later this year. Could we see something crazy like a heavyweight tournament in Saudi?
Look, this is boxing, you just never know. So I don't know. I've not heard anything like that.
Do you make of AJ's tweet?
What do I make of AJ sitting out till December? He must have something big coming up, which lends itself to what you're saying. There's also a theory that maybe he's perhaps not as willing to take an interim fight before December because there's always the risk in heavyweight boxing, of getting beat, getting knocked out. Maybe Dillian White before a potential big fight at the end of the year. Maybe that's too big a risk. It's strange because obviously he said that we're going to keep active, we're going to be out in July. But let's see. I'm sure there's a lot of moving parts here, and the fans only see a certain percentage of what's actually going on. If Anthony Joshua's sitting out to December, he will have very good reason to do so.
The last thing I've got for you is that we've seen Sky and Sky Boxer and the Zone have put out their schedules. They look quite healthy. When do you think we could see like a schedule beyond this fight from BT and Queensberry?
Yeah, I think it's coming. I mean, we've got the Mick Conlan fight, world title fight, May 27th. I know that Liam Davis is planning on fighting Jason Cunningham at some point. So yeah, I think it was there on April 29th. So maybe they're going to move it to Wembley Stadium. I don't know. But that's like a planned fight. Obviously, there's a lot of things. Anthony Yard's going to be back out. You don't know what's going to happen with Tyson Fury. Is he going to be back out in the summer? Joe Joyce, is he going to be back out in the summer? Daniel Dubois, Usyk, that's being negotiated as we speak. So what I would say is stay tuned. It's all coming. We've got some of the biggest name fighters in the UK. We've got some of the best fighters in the UK. And they're all going to fight. So we'll keep you posted.
I keep saying last question, but I promise you this is the last one. As a neutral and as being on the Queensberry side, there's a obvious battle going on between Boxer and Matchroom with regards to schedules, etc. Because I saw them both post literally one after the other today or yesterday, I think it was. Who do you think is kind of winning that battle with regards to who's put the best shows on between them two, leaving Queensberry out of it?
I think they're both putting good shows on. To be honest, I'm a boxing fan. Like before any of this stuff, me working for Queensberry on the BT Sports side of it, and Box Nation before that, I was just a boxing fan and I just watched everything. I think we're being kicked out very shortly, but I will watch all of the shows across both schedules. I'm a DAZN subscriber, I'm a Sky Sports subscriber, and I love the sport. So who's better? Not sure. Yeah, I'll see that. Yeah, he's doing call me signs. Yeah, by the way, shout out Matt Rich, by the way. Just he doesn't get any shout out. He's sorted out tonight, ground arrivals here at TalkSport. He's sorted out all of Fight Week. Can't wait for it. He's doing a great job. And I will watch every boxing in front of me. I'm not going to pick over Matchroom and Boxer.
Sitting on the fence. Dev, SAHNI, thank you for your time.
All right, mate.